The views and opinions expressed by the show hosts are their own and do not reflect those of WSTU Radio or the Little Dog Media Group. Any reproduction, rebroadcast, or reuse of this program without the written permission of WSTU is strictly prohibited. Welcome to Crown Car Care, serving Martin County since 2006 with trusted, high-quality repairs you can count on. And now, your host, Todd Harris.
Hello there. October 15th, 2025. And this is another show. In fact, today's show is going to be about Corvettes, Crown Car Care, I Remember, and we're going to go into a little bit more detail on that new ZR1 and the ZR1X.
So is that the one that Bob that calls in? Is that the one that he's
Oh,
getting?
yeah.
Oh, yeah?
It's a crazy car. So it should be interesting.
Oh, man.
Now, I have two locations for repair shops. We have one on Cove Road, Crown Car Care, and then we have a Crown Car Care in Palm City. Our phone number for the Cove Road store is 772-283-4707, and the one in Palm City is 772-781-8000. We would love to have some listeners call in, ask a question, make a comment, tell us a joke, tell us a story. The phone number here at the station is 772-220-9788, and we'd just love to have you call. Well, here's what the outline is for the show today. We're going to talk about the Palm City location. We're going to talk about some specials that we're going to be running in Palm City. We're going to talk about what Todd's going to be doing in Palm City. And then, like I said, the Corvette. And then we'll get to the I Remember. My Palm City location at the current place that we reside is on the corner of 42nd Street and 714. We have a big facility. It's 7,000 square foot shop. So it's a good sized shop. We have 9 lifts, which is big. Some dealerships aren't even that big. And with that, we have 2 drive-ons, and then the rest are the 2-post lifts. And one of the drive-ons is a Hunter alignment machine, no more than a year and a half old. So it's new. We also have, at that location, a Road Force balancer. And if you've caught any of my shows in the past, we've talked about what Road Force does and how it can enhance the balancing of a tire. It accounts for the tire having weight on it on the rim while driving down the road. And that will change the balance. And by having that mechanism on the balancer, which is a big steel drum that's weighted, you get a more accurate balance. And we also have a Hunter tire machine for exchanging the tires on and off. At Palm City, we have welders. We have 2 MIG welders and we have a plasma cutter. And we weld. Not too many shops do that. And we also, at my Cove Road store, have a Benpack pipe bending machine for custom exhaust. And we have MIG and TIG welders over there with a certified welder through the state that will take on any challenge. And he has. He's made some custom exhausts for diesels and done quite a bit of welding for us. When you work on vehicles, sometimes you'll get something that will break or is broken. And the only proper way to repair it would be a weld. I can say that over the years, I didn't have welders at first, and it was a crutch. It was something that held me back. I had to outsource the fix. By having both welders at both shops, it enables me to do a complete repair for my customers. They like it. I like it. It just makes everything more complete. We have all LED lighting in the shop, which is new. We have, if you can imagine, 7 roll-up doors. It's a big place. I think you've been there.
Yeah, I have been there.
It's a big place.
Mm-hmm.
And I like it. One day it'll be mine. Right now I currently lease it, but we are working on deals. We have air throughout the shop. with a new type of air distribution system, which is worthy of talking about. It's a flexible aluminum pipe that is layered with plastic and polymer over it, so it's bendable. And it has sealed fittings so you can make it and go anywhere you'd like. And with that, there's no air leaks. So it's quiet. Most shops have air leaks going on, and our air compressor is located outside in a separate area or building. So it makes for a real professional workplace. My technicians love it. And when the technicians love where they work and they love the equipment, guess what? It translates into quality repairs and happiness and satisfaction for my customers. Mike is my service manager. He runs the front. Jeff and I are technicians, and we are both ASE certified. I have a diesel tech. His name is Ron. Terrell is a new tech that we just hired, and he's from California. And Max, my son, is a new technician, and he works with us too. So we have 6 people that work with us in Palm City. Well, if you include my wife, it'd be 7. Oh, we have a phone call.
We have Bob.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Hi, Bob.
Of all people.
Yeah.
Hi.
Well, you called for a good
Let's
week.
see. Yeah. Yeah, it's been a couple of weeks, I think I missed. But okay, we might as well talk business today.
Yeah.
And that is, I got a 1986 Pontiac Trans Am,
Wow.
and I haven't had any success aligning the front end. Can you guys do that with your Hunter machine?
We can. And it will be top
That's
notch.
good. Yeah. I took it to one place and they said, oh, we got to get software for a car that old. You know, we don't have any of that on our computer
No, we can do it.
alignment machine, you know?
Both of my
But,
shops have
yeah.
the same alignment machine. And it's
Mhm.
the
Yep.
best one that Hunter makes. And Hunter is the best manufacturer of the equipment out there in the marketplace. And
Yeah.
we do more than just setting the toe. If you know what I'm saying, we go in and on yours, there's
Yeah.
likely going to be some little shims that you have to do to adjust the camber and caster. And we do it right. We give you the printout before and after. So it's done accurately.
that-
We road test
yeah.
and we center the steering wheel and we do it right.
Well, that was good to hear about the toe because it does seem to wander, you know?
Yeah.
And,
Well, here's
well,
when
course
you're
you never
towed out,
know.
you wander quite a bit. Or if you have too much positive negative caster will cause it to wander a bit, less tracking. And if
Mhm.
you have too much positive camber, you also can get some wandering. But usually it's towed out usually a little bit.
yeah. Well, sounds like I have to stop by. Now, Palm City there, 42nd and
And
714, you
714,
said?
yeah, yes. And it's
Yeah.
a great big building. Most people recognize that location with a truss plant. KOST Truss is located behind me. And
Okay.
it's a great big parcel of
Yeah.
land. It's about 5 or 6 acres. And I do have the frontage off 714. So you will see me. And if you come this week, I'll be standing out there holding a sign dressed up in a skeleton outfit. and there'll be another person in a
Wonderful.
banana outfit next to me, maybe handing out cold drinks. So you can't miss us.
Yeah. Yeah, great. Yeah. Well, you have my attention with the ZR1 and ZR1X news, so I'll be
Yeah,
listening.
we're going to be talking about that. And I'm going to tell you the ZR1X is very interesting. And we'll go over some data
Mhm.
on it. And we'll go over some data on the ZR1. And it's quite interesting.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the hybrid is my target, but I'll take the ZR1 if I can't get the hybrid.
Absolutely. I hear
Oh,
that.
what
Well,
are you
perfect.
gonna
Let
do?
me,
Yeah.
we'll, I'm right now, I'm talking about my shop in Palm City, and then we're
Yep.
going to get
Then you-
right into the Corvette. And it'll be fun.
Okay.
I have some good information on it.
All right.
Well,
Well,
super.
I'll let you go then.
Thank you. We look forward to getting your Trans Am, that 1986 Trans Am in, and we'll do a nice alignment for you.
Well, I certainly appreciate it.
You got it. Thanks, Bob. Take care.
Catch you later. Bye-bye.
Yeah, bye. How neat is that?
That's neat.
My shop in Palm City, sometimes when you work in a great place, facility-wise, you don't realize it. But if you think about it, or I think about it, I realized that I never dreamed that I would have that nice a facility. I never thought that. Even when I first went into business, that wasn't on my plan. It became an outcome of my hard work, all the people that work with me's hard work, and us delivering satisfied customers that sent their friends, and just us doing what we do over the years enabled me to get this nice facility. It's at least 3 times the size of my original shop that I opened up in Palm City. 3 times. And sometimes I have to pinch myself to realize that it's mine, or ours, my family's, as well as the people that work with me. It's all of ours, because without any one of them, I would be nothing. And that's the way it is. And you always have to remember that. It's the people around you that do the quality work that we do at Crown Car Care are the ones that really deserve the credit. It's not really me. I'm just a guy that started the place, and I keep everything together, and I do a radio show, but it's really the people that work for me. It's, like I said, Mike, Jeff, Ron, Terrell, and Max. And Terrell's a great kid. He's a nice boy from California, so he brings a whole new insight of vehicles. He drives a turbocharged Subaru to the tune of like 800 horsepower on a Subaru, and he drives it to work every day. He just loves the car.
Oh, you've got to get that.
And you can hear him coming.
Yeah, you've got to get that turbocharged Yugo.
Yeah, well, I've
You know,
got to get that sport edition of the Yugo, because it has that stripe package.
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. Now they've had stripe packages on, like, for example, the GTX. You were telling me before the show that your brother
No, it's a second cousin.
had that GTX. What color
yeah,
was that?
It was blue, like a metallic blue, light metallic blue with the white stripes on the side.
Oh yeah.
And like you said, it had a little in the back on the quarter panel. It stuck out a little bit for the air breather,
Mm-hmm.
and had a white vinyl top, and it had of course, the GTX rims, and it had white swivel buckets in the front,
Yeah.
which was kind of cool.
Yes. Yes. Over in Germany, we think we're car enthusiasts. In Germany, they've got the Autobahn.
Oh yeah,
It's no speed limit.
yeah, yeah. I'd be afraid to go there.
And now what's interesting about the Autobahn is the construction of it. It's completely different than the way we make our roads.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's layered and packed and layered. It's just a construction technique that gives a much harder surface. Now, they enjoy driving so much over there, I believe they've come up with a word for it. Oh,
They do it Farfignugan. We talked about that.
that reminds me of a advertising campaign that they had back in the 90s or 80s. Someone
Yeah.
did. Do you know
Yeah.
anything about that?
Yeah, now Farfignugan, it's a German word that means driving enjoyment or the pleasure of driving. And it was popularized in the United States in the 1990s, an advertising slogan for, and Volkswagen, which means use the term to describe the unique feeling of driving a Volkswagen car.
I can imagine over in Germany, someone getting in their Volkswagen with those, what are those shorts that they wear over there, those men?
The Lederhosen or Hausen.
I've heard that.
Lederhosen.
Actually, I've heard rumors that you have a pair of them.
Yeah, I did. I emceed an event this past Saturday, and our partner Jay Michaels Tavern and Grill, and yeah, I was caught on Facebook.
So you wore? I've never worn them before.
Yeah, it's I had to have my friend help me put it on because you got to twist it in the back. For
You
the
got straps that
suspenders.
hold them up.
The suspenders.
Yeah, you should consider wearing them daily.
Oh yeah, I thought about not. Because they got those big socks.
Well, that's
Yeah.
all the better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you could be the official Farfignugan guy.
What are you telling me, Todd?
I have never worn those, but
my boss stopped by and he says, "Oh man," he says, "it was worth it just coming by, seeing you wearing that." He was laughing, But we had a good time.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I've just ordered a scary skeleton costume.
All right. Who's wearing the banana?
Ron, that works for me. And we're going to stand out front and wave to people.
So he's going to be the true banana.
Yep. We're bananas for your car.
Oh yeah. Well, see. I
Yeah,
like
see?
that. I
Hey,
like it.
hey.
Yeah, it's
That's
all
the
in the
that's the
marketing.
byline.
It's all in the marketing.
Yeah.
I don't want to even think about what they would do to me. over at the radio station.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. Mr.
Yeah.
G will come up with something.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
my
you have to
God.
carry a stein of beer around with you and a pretzel.
Well, see, then I'd be in trouble.
And they're big, those steins. They had a
Oh,
lid on them too.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. The flip top.
The
thing.
flip lid. Yeah,
right,
yeah, yeah.
right. Oh my god.
People collect those. There's collectible ones.
Yeah.
People, so.
Mhm.
I never had one. Or
So if I had a hot dog, I'd have a Frankenstein.
yeah, yeah.
Just saying.
So you'll see me out front wearing the outfit. Starting probably Friday. Tomorrow's Thursday.
That's funny. We got to film that.
Of course.
No, I got to go out there and do that because we'll put it on we'll put it on our Facebook.
Yeah, it's just kind of fun. And we're going to be offering some specials with that, some introductory prices.
All right.
Many new communities out there, and we'd like to introduce them, us to them. And it's a good
Absolutely.
way. There's quite a bit of traffic that goes by.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I know when I DoorDash, I go by there all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah, they just finished that road.
Yeah. Thank gosh.
I know.
It was
It was years
Oh,
that they
my-
were doing that.
Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
Well, after we take our break, we're going to start talking about the ZR1. We'll talk a little bit about the history of the ZR1, and then we'll get into the current C8 ZR1.
Ooh, we're
So
gonna
let's
listen.
take a break, and then we'll come right back and start in on Corvettes.
All right, let's do that.
You're listening to Crown Car Care with Todd Harris. Got a question or comment? Give us a call now at 220-9788. We'll be right back. Building long-term relationships through expert auto care with integrity, reliability, and a true dedication to keeping drivers safe on the road. This is Crown Car Care. And here's your host, Todd Harris.
Welcome back. The Corvette ZR1, which is a optioned model of the Corvette, I've got some notes here, started with started back in the 90s, the ZR1. Well, actually started in the 70s with the C3, and that was the elusive, world famous aluminum big block that was only talked about, never seen. And that's really where the ZR1 name started. And it's really GM uses letters and numeric numbers to denote engine models and things. And then they use through marketing and advertising, we associate that with performance. And ZR1, hands down, is associated with performance in the Corvette. So the first generation that they had of the ZR1 would be the third generation Corvette. I hope this isn't confusing, called the C3. The fourth generation is where really everybody mainstream learned about it. In the 90s, GM acquired, Lotus, which is a English racing conglomerate that makes Lotuses. They make them today.
They're cool looking.
Cool looking.
Yep.
So what they did with this ZR1, which would have been on the C4, see, every generation of Corvettes is denoted with a different. So you've got C1, C2, C3, C4. So we're at C4, and they were made from 1990 to 1995. And that was a special V8 motor designed by Lotus in conjunction with the GM engineers. It was overhead cam, a very unique motor, powerful motor, and not recognized today as super valuable, but the prices are going up on them in terms of collectability. They do have, over the long term, much of the electronics. I've worked on them before. A friend of mine has 2 of them. They are fabulous vehicles, except for when they have electrical glitches in the engine control modules and other things. They're difficult to get parts for. But that is that C4 ZR1. The next generation is the C6 ZR1. And those were rare and far and few between too. They featured a LS motor. And that is, again, GM likes to do this, these letters attached to families of engines or models, supercharged. On the hood, it had a clear panel, so you could actually see the supercharger. In fact, my son, Max, has a C6 Corvette with the ZR1 body package on it. Not the motor, but it has that hood with the clear, so you can actually see into the hood, through the hood,
Yeah, that's
to the engine. It's kind of neat. And right now he's getting it wrapped purple. It was green, so it's going to be purple, midnight purple. Just a beautiful color. Over the weekend, we took all his, over last week, he took all of his calipers off, and we had them all powder coated ZR1 blue, which is the blue in the logo of the ZR1 for the 6th generation C6, which is what we're talking about. We powder coated them and then rebuilt all the brake calipers and put them back on the vehicle. In fact, I have a not YouTube, but a Facebook video. If you go to Crown Car Care's Facebook page, just type in Crown Car Care and look on the post, you'll see within the weekend, I made a video of this process of the powder coated blue calipers and reinstalling them on the vehicle. So it's an interesting video. Take a look at it if you want to.
They look cool through the rims too. Huh?
Yeah.
I like
And his
that.
rims are silver. Now I have a recording of a C6 ZR1 that's supercharged. And Ray, if you want to cue that up, let's take a listen to it.
I think we're going to start it by rumbling it.
Okay. Now this might be the C8.
Oh, let me try this one. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's start this
That's
one.
the new one.
Give me the key to the other one.
Yeah, okay,
I'll-
here's the key.
Thank you.
Okay, here we go. Okay, you hear that whine? That's the supercharger on it. That is a supercharger.
Wow.
Right? That is cool, huh?
Yep.
I had I owned a Shelby GT500 that was 2006, I believe, blue with white stripe, that had a Whipple supercharger on it from Shelby, and it sounded just like that.
Ooh.
When you have a supercharger that is not of Roots type, but uses a spiral rotor, that sound that you hear, that whoop, whoop,
Yeah.
is a characteristic of that type of supercharger.
Oh, cool.
So that's why you hear that. Now, C7, which is the next generation of Corvettes, they also offered a ZR1, again supercharged, again an LS motor. And I don't have a recording of that.
We need one.
Yeah, but they sound the same.
Oh, does it sound just same?
I'm sure a true aficionado could tell the difference,
Right.
but I don't think I could.
Okay.
But I could tell you it's supercharged, but I
Yeah.
don't know if I could go any deeper than that.
Right.
Now let's move into this very special car that you can buy today.
Ooh.
First, I'm going to talk about the price of it.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Is this the one Bob was talking about?
2025. This is the one that Bob's talked about.
Oh, okay. That's what
the
I wanna know.
2025
Mhm.
ZR1 Coupe. Base price is $174,995.
I'll write you a check.
Now, but these things are selling for over what they list out for.
Oh
So
man.
I'm just stating prices of what the manufacturer suggests they list for. As you know, cars that are in high demand, many times the dealers or the franchise dealers will sell them for more than what the sticker price says. Now, this car uses a interesting motor. It is an LS7 motor, which is very similar to the LS6 motor that's available in the Z06 package of this C8 Corvette. And let me tell you what's unique about it. It is a flat plane crank. And we're going to talk about a flat plane crank and why people use flat plane cranks on race cars. My Shelby that I currently have has a flat plane crank, and there's a reason why they have it. We'll talk about that in a little bit. This ZR1 is mid-engine. The horsepower is over 1,000. I believe it's 1064. Okay. That's a lot of power.
Yeah.
It's twin turbocharged, the ZR1. Twin turbo. The amount of boost that it has is upwards of 24 PSI at times. 24 PSI of a twin turbo ball bearing turbocharger. C8 Corvette. It's the holy grail car. This car competes with the supercars. Well, I'll give you an example. There is a Ferrari that has just come out. I don't even know if you can buy it yet, but I'll tell you the price. $4 million.
Oh,
Okay.
whoa.
That Corvette
Yeah.
runs with it.
And that's less than 200,000.
Yes. So 200,000 is a lot of money.
Yeah, it is. But 4
But when
million
you
is-
compare it to 4 million
yeah.
for the Ferrari F80,
Mm-hmm.
you're right in that area
Right.
of performance. You see what I'm saying?
And they're both, bad.
But there's
cars,
value
bad-looking
there.
Cars. They're
There's
both
value
cool.
in this ZR1.
Yeah.
Now here's an interesting tidbit of information that I had read.
Mm-hmm.
The turbochargers on this ZR1. Okay. In 4 minutes, the amount of air that is sucked through the turbochargers, both of them, let's pretend it was water.
Yeah.
It will drain an Olympic pool in 4 minutes.
Oh, Goodness.
The volume of air. At wide open throttle, the ZR1 twin turbo C8 Corvette uses 2 gallons of fuel a minute. 2 gallons of fuel a minute. Let's play a sound of it. Let's play that first one you had was the C8 twin turbo. Let's hear that
Let's
thing.
play that.
Now, this is a flat plane crank. See if you can. Okay. You hear how that revs? It's a different sound.
Yeah.
It sounds like an F1 car.
Yeah.
Racing car. Okay. That is the sound of a flat plane crank.
Oh, man.
I think now is better than any time to talk about the flat plane crank, and it is a rabbit hole to go down. Flat plane cranks, if you don't know anything about a crankshaft, just enjoy the ride while I talk about it, and you'll kind of understand it at the end. Because it's a crankshaft is what connects the connecting rods to the rotating mass, makes it turn around, and then pistons are connected to the connecting rods. So you got pistons, connecting rods, crankshaft. The crankshaft spins at the bottom of the whole assembly, bottom of the motor, rotates round and round and round. Your traditional engine is a cross-plane crank. If you took that long crankshaft, let's say it's 2 feet long, and took a cross-sectional view of it, it would look like a cross. You have journals, which the connecting rods connect to, at 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 9 o'clock. I think that makes good sense. A flat plane crank has the connecting rod journals at 3 o'clock and 9 o'clock. They're all on the same plane. And that's what plane means. I'm not talking airplane. We're talking plane as an area of vast, well, they use it to describe land. It's on the plane, right? So it's a flat horizontal surface. When you look at the cross-sectional view of these crankshaft journals, they are horizontal. Now, what happens with that? If you look at the firing order, and you look at the way the connecting rods are, and you look at the way basically a flat plane crank V8 is 2 4-cylinders connected at a V. And because of that, and the way the piston pushes down on when the explosion happens in the combustion chamber, the piston pushes down. That's what makes an engine run. On a flat plane crank, they rev like a two-stroke motor, like a dirt bike engine. If you've ever seen someone on an old dirt bike of the 70s, it's wing, wing, wing. It just revs up real fast. So when you give it gas, it just climbs. One of the characteristics of a flat plane crank engine is the rev in relationship to time is fast. And you hear that when we heard that second sound. Play that again, the second one. This is important for everyone. You hear how that revs, that it's ring, ring. All Ferraris use flat plane cranks. You hear that? It's just, there is a beautiful symmetry of sound that happens on a flat plane crank engine. It's beautiful music. Some people say when you get up into the upper 8 to 10,000 RPM range, they shriek. And I would agree with them. Ferraris use it. Lamborghinis use it. F1, which is a series of racing, that series of the race cars that are in it, use it. It's a distinct sound. Many motorcycles use it. Flat plane crank. This motor has a flat plane crank, just like the Shelby GT350 5.2 Voodoo engine has a flat plane crank. Now, here's the downside of the flat plane crank. They can brake easy, and they have a second order vibration that occurs naturally in the crankshaft. Second order of vibration, which means the frequency is twice for every engine revolution. Second order. First order would be one vibration per revolution of a wheel, a crankshaft. Second order is two vibrations in that one rotation. And it creates that harmonic distortion that many times you'll hear. If you have a bad drive shaft or a bad U-joint in a car, and you get that drone, that awful noise, that's a second order vibration. Same if you open the window up when you're driving and there's that awful feeling inside your body that kind of like is disturbing, like the fingers on a chalkboard. That's second order vibration. These motors have second order vibration. They've been able to overcome these second order vibrations. This C8 ZR1 Corvette LS7 motor is a dry sump oiling system. It uses titanium connecting rods. This thing is, if the car gods themselves were to design a motor, it would be the ZR1 engine. No expense was spared. This thing is a GM technological marvel. Those turbochargers in that motor are putting out so much thrust in the exhaust, and this is factual. There's 4 exhaust pipes coming out the back of that thing. There's actually, they've measured it, the GM engine, 37 pounds of thrust just from the exhaust coming out. So the exhaust coming out is actually pushing the darn thing forward. Think about that, people. 37 pounds of thrust are coming out of the exhaust of this thing. If you ever want to really, I'm a car guy. I love looking at videos of people driving them. I love reading about them. In fact, if you want to see a great article, Motor Trend does not do monthly, I don't think, anymore. So the Fall 225 Motor Trend Special Edition book/magazine that's available on the newsstands has a wonderful article about the ZR1. And now let me tell you about the handling of this C8 Corvette, which is mid-engine. We talked about the ZR1 in the previous generation, which would have been the C6 and C7. People akin that one, and I thought those handled good, but true driving guys call them a igloo cooler on steroids.
Oh, my.
Okay, this ZR1 not only delivers from a power perspective, but walks the walk and races the race like there is no other. Magazine writers, when they would drive the C6 and C7 ZR1, because it had like 800 horsepower, they would park the car in a cold sweat and they would say, this car limited me. I was scared. The back end would break out. It was wild with that kind of power. Tough to handle. This ZR1C8 Corvette, when they get writers that do articles or video people, when they get out of the car, they're smiling, maybe breaking out into a little bit of a sweat. And here's the comment is generally heard. I cannot, as a person, drive this car, which can be driven faster and better. It's me, the person, that's the limiting factor. The C6 and C7 ZR1, the car was the limiting factor, not the driver. On this car, it's the driver. That's because it's just unbelievable.
So you got to think of
this thing's a monster that handles.
You got to think about how many G-forces it's putting on you, you know?
Well, we're talking about G-forces here in a minute.
Okay.
Okay, so now the next derivative of this, and this is a new rendition. The C8 Corvette, which is the latest generation mid-engine, they came out with this car called an E-Ray, which is had some electric motors on the front. It's a rear-wheel drive car, the ZR1. And they offered it in a four-wheel drive version, so all-wheel drive, I guess you'd call it, that had a battery pack, I believe like 1.7 kilowatt hours, small, used to power the front, which would give you additional traction, handling, because remember, all-wheel drive cars always handle quite well. Your 959 Porsche, which is one of the most special Porsches that they've ever come up with, used all-wheel drive back in the late 80s, early 90s. Anyone that's anybody in car collecting has heard of the 959 all-wheel drive. All-wheel drive gives you adhesion like there's no tomorrow. Well, this variant that they have come up with now is called the ZR1X. Now, what do you think the X stands for? It's not experimental. Like, who used X for experimental? Question. Anyone know? AMC.
Oh,
The AMX car,
AMX.
which was a two-door, was American Motors experimental.
the two-seater
Two-seater.
Javelin.
That's right.
Right.
But the X was experimental.
Huh.
This is really extra, or the general public calls it extra. So it is now. They have taken the E-Ray Corvette front architecture with the front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive portion of it, and coupled it with the ZR1 twin turbo, which now gives you an additional one. I got it written down here. I believe it's 186 horsepower tied onto the 1064. Okay. This car, let me give you the G-forces. Okay. Chevy claims that this monster, and it's a monster. I have not driven one, but I want to. I want to go for riding a ZR1.
Mhm.
So if anyone out there has a ZR1, you know what this guy wants? I want to go in one.
Oh, yeah.
The feeling of it is just, it's a monster that's controlled.
Where can you open one up around here? They got to go to Daytona
Oh,
racetrack.
we can talk about that off the air.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
We can talk about that.
Never mind.
Now, this all-wheel drive ZR1X can pull longitudinally on acceleration 1.3 Gs. Now, that's like roller coaster. That takes all your blood and puts it to the back of your head. You'd pass out. You know, if you didn't, you could pass out. At the same time, it can do lateral of 1 G. So when you race or track a vehicle, you look at corners as you've got the apex, which is the kind of the middle. You do all your braking before you hit the corner. You're rolling into the corner. When you hit the apex, you hammer it. With this car, you can hammer it a little bit early. before the Apex. But this all-wheel drive, this thing is just stink on blank. This thing just goes, man. If you've ever been in this kind of acceleration, I have a Model 3 Tesla that is a little bit hopped up from an acceleration standpoint. That thing pulls. This thing was not meant for humans.
I'd like to see that on the Top Gear track.
You
You know what I mean? Because that would be cool to see that.
Now, the price of this thing is $207,395.
Oof.
Okay. And it includes a new braking system. Now, the braking system on the ZR1 is, I believe they're almost 16-inch rotors. It's crazy in and of itself. Okay. But this new brake system, which they denote the J59, remember we've been talking about how General Motors denotes packages like a letter and a number. It's called the J59 brake hardware package. The front calipers, which are what squeezes the rotors to make you stop, 10 pistons. 10 piston caliper. What? Huh? That's like Zeus and Hades are racing. This is like cars of the Greek gods.
Got to throw out the anchor.
This thing can stop. It has 16.5-inch rotors.
Big.
That's bigger than most people's tire.
Yeah, it is.
And this is a brake rotor. Right.
Does it have ABS?
I'm not even putting into good words or describing what this car is.
Mm-hmm.
This car just kills it. In fact, the only car that can out accelerate it that I know of is it's a Porsche, the Taycan Turbo GT will accelerate in 1.9 seconds to 0 to 60. Okay, 1.9. That's got electric. Okay, now this thing will do, I believe, in just under 2, 0 to 60. Now, I personally have never been in a car that does that. Even my Shelby GT 350 that's got over 1,000 horsepower doesn't do 0 to 60 in under 2. Okay. It's almost like we are approaching technology that goes beyond humans, the capabilities of a human. We're almost going to have to put people in like these pressurized spacesuits when we race, just like they do with the NASA. How elusive is the ZRX or ZR1X? No. I don't even know if you can get one yet. I know they're releasing it. It's supposed to be releasing it fourth quarter of this year. So it would be what? Now, right? Now. I believe you can order them. I don't know too much about them. They're very secretive cars. But boy, are they special. 10 pistons on the caliper. 6 piston in the rear. Both vehicles use MagneRide. Both vehicles have different driving modes that are crazy. In fact, the ZR1 has a driving mode for racing that makes you even a better driver. Many problems with ABS braking and traction control. If you take it on a racetrack, it does things that you don't want it to do at the times that you don't want it to do it. This vehicle has driving modes that enhance your driving skills. I really would love to get in the back or in the side, the passenger seat of this car. Even if I don't drive it, I want to ride in it. Now Ford has a product called the GTD. Okay, that's $307,000. Over $100,000 more than this. And this thing will eat its lunch. It will eat it up. Eat it up. This is it's a wildebeest. The pull on it, and it uses a dual clutch transmission, which means it's basically it's a manual transmission that's computerized. It has two input shafts. So a dual clutch transmission, for anyone that doesn't know, the next gear is already in place, ready to be activated. So it'd be like me manually shifting a car at light speed to go to the next gear. It shifts like it actually shifts faster. than a hydraulic-based automatic transmission. Dual clutch technology. ZF is the leader in it. I believe this is a ZF training in this. The car uses Michelin, I believe CS4 tires. I believe if you get the Aero package, which is another $10,000 on top of the base price, I believe you get the Pilot Cup 2 tires, which is what I have on my Shelby that I track. And tires are $500 a piece. That's what my tires cost, $500. It's $2,000 for a set of tires for my car. And these are bespoke tires that Michelin and the GM engineers work together on. And it's crazy. Now, the last thing I'll say before we take a break is this new ZR1X has the updated next-gen interior. Think about that. The interior is a little bit different than the ZR1 regular. Now, I believe the 226 ZR1 will also have the newer interior, but this late 225 ZR1X will have the new interior. Let's take a break.
You're listening to Crown Car Care with Todd Harris. Got a question or comment? Give us a call now at 220-9788. We'll be right back.
As a family-owned business for over 15 years, Crown Car Care's top priority is to build relationships with customers while keeping their vehicles safe and dependable. Fixing your car right the first time is their passion and mission. Crown has the skilled master mechanics and business know-how that will put a smile on your face without putting a dent in your wallet. Call Crown Car Care for the finest in automotive service and repair at 772-781-8000.
Or stop by Crown Car Care, Martin Highway in Palm City, or Cove Road in Stewart.
Welcome back to Crown Car Care, providing trusted high-quality auto repair services since 2006. Here again is your host and owner, Todd Harris.
Welcome back, everybody. We're talking about the ZR1 Corvette. I'm going to give you some more stats on this motor. It uses so much fuel that there's 16 fuel injectors. It uses direct injection and it uses port injection. At idle, it uses port injection. It's a dual overhead cam motor. It uses dished pistons as opposed to its sister. Oh, well, let's put Paul. Put Paul on.
Here
Welcome
I am.
aboard, Paul.
Hey, hi, Crown Care guy. I listen to you regularly.
Yes.
So my question to you today, and it's off your subject as you were speaking, has to do with the lenses of my headlights.
Oh, yeah. I am
I
so
have a
glad you called. Perfect
I have a
segue. Perfect.
2015 Toyota,
Yes.
and they're constantly turning yellow.
Yep.
And I can't get anybody to tell me how to get a clear lens other than buying new lenses, which is
Ridiculous
absolutely
money.
out of this world.
That's correct. Okay. Here is what I know, and I believe it to be fairly accurate on this, the lens deal that you're talking about. When the manufacturers sell a brand new vehicle, there is a clear coat over the lens. Okay. And that clear coat will and can yellow and peel, but also, which is what I believe you're referring to, the lens itself is yellowing. Now, it's not yellow throughout the whole thing, the whole thickness of the lens. It's only really the outer, mils of it or thickness,
Exactly.
the outer
Right.
layer. Now, I'm going to tell you some things I know. The best, longest lasting technique that I have seen is you use a varying grit compound. So you'd use a coarser grit first with a either a hand sanding or a. In fact, at my Cove Road store, I have the materials to do it. You will basically I hate to use this word, eating away that top layer and polishing it up and exposing the fresh clear. And then what I do is I spray clear coat over it and let it dry in the sun. I put a clear coat back on it. And what I have found is the key. You put the clear coat, once you get down to a nice clear or almost clear finish, get an aerosol. And you have to use there's certain types of clear coat you can only use. You spray clear over it. All right. That's the perfect fix. Now I'm going to tell you some what I would consider hacks that I know that work because I've done it. If you take deep woods off, just lightly spray it on that headlight lens, okay, and walk away and come back, your lenses will be perfectly clear. Now, what I haven't done is I have not then taken that end result and sprayed clear on it. I'd be interested to see, because it's actually melting the plastic is what happens when you use like a deep woods off on it. In a nutshell, in summary, the Crown Car Care Todd guy that has the radio show every week, my recommendation is you buff it with a buffing wheel on an electric drill with varying degrees of compound or grit, and then you spray clear coat on it. In fact, I'll tell you what. You called in, and I'm going to do this free for you. When I hang up with you, I'm going to have my guy here on the radio get all your information, and you got to turn your radio down, and he's going to talk to you, get all your information. I'm going to have you come to my Cove Road store, and we're going to do you up right on those lenses. All right, no charge.
Okay, that's great.
Yep. Okay. Okay. I'm going to hang up with you, but don't hang up though. Don't hang up, and Ray's going to get your info. Okay. And then we'll get in touch with you and get you set up. I'm going to do this for you. It'll look beautiful. Thank you for calling. Okay. Back to the where were we? Oh, Corvettes. When I did a deeper research into this Corvette ZR1, I have never in my life studied something of this caliber. Everything about the C8 ZR1 Corvette is just unbelievable. Do you know that when you deaccelerate, one of the general characteristics of turbochargers is you get lag. This thing can hold up to 10 PSI in the intake system on deacceleration, so when you reaccelerate, there's no turbo lag. It has a linear torque curve, starting at 3,000, going up to 8. That's unheard of. It's unheard of. It uses ball bearing turbos. Everything about this car was thought out. Everything about this car was designed. In fact, the godfather of the ZR1 Corvette, many consider to be a guy by the name of Zoro Duntov, Russian guy. Oh, we got some time left? And we have a caller. I'm going to stop. Put that caller on. Welcome aboard, sir.
Hello, Todd. It's Charlie.
Oh, hi.
I'm City Charlie.
Yes.
I just been listening to this show, and I Jupiter once a week for our veteran group.
Yeah.
And it's scary enough on 95. Now we're going to have really super racing cars.
Yeah,
It's
Charlie.
already a race every once in a while, and it's quite scary.
Oh, I'm telling you, this car is
Like a rocket
almost shouldn't be on the road. It's so powerful. It's crazy. The thing will do 230 miles an hour. Yeah, I'll repeat that. 230 miles an hour.
See that.
Yeah.
All I'm throwing out is I hope I don't see that on 95 or the turnpike.
Yes.
And you know, more than likely.
I
God
love that
bless.
comment because so many
Yeah.
people are wild drivers out there. And the
They're
last
crazy.
thing we need is that car in the hands of those drivers.
Uh-huh. That's what I'm saying. A rich person.
This is a
with no
track
money.
car. This is not a street car.
I know. There are straightaways. Okay.
Oh, that they can do
God
it. And
bless
believe
you.
me,
I
you don't
love
want to
the
be
show.
around it when they do it.
All right.
Did you
And
hear
that
about the
type of people
Farfennugan that
is-
we talked about with Volkswagen?
Well, no, I missed that.
Okay,
part.
so
What did I miss?
Volkswagen back in the 90s. Oh, we got to go. You know what? We'll talk next week.
All right.
But
We will.
VW Farfennugan was a campaign that they used, and it was a German word to the joy of driving. And we talked about it. So, all right. We got to the end, gentlemen and ladies. What a fun show. It was I like when we don't have enough time on the air because people are calling in wanting to talk to us. It makes me smile. No. I'm going to take a break now and let's move on, and the show's over.
Yeah, we'll catch you next week. We will catch you next week.
You've been hearing Crown Car Care with Todd Harris. We're more than mechanics, we're family, serving Martin County since 2006 with trusted high-quality repairs you can count on. We'll talk again next Wednesday.
Mhm.